Good morning. Welcome to Crocker's Crazy Living on a rainy Thursday morning. I'm off work today and tomorrow because thank you to Hurricane Helene. She's coming, but she's supposed to just kind of stay on a track that goes north, just slightly northwest of us. So we shouldn't have too much trouble. Maybe some wind gusts, some rain, but she's going to be going north, like to the Tampa area and up toward that way if she stays on her current path. So I was thinking that was the perfect time for me to make my apple pies for the freezer. However, I might be kind of crazy because if perchance we run out of power or whatnot, we do have a generator, but then I'll have all these pies in my freezer. Don't know if that's the smartest thing right now, but I tend to do baking projects when I don't have work, like if it's a weekday and I'm out of work. On the weekends, I have enough projects to do that I don't usually spend a day doing pies. But and I'm not stressed out about the storm whatsoever. I'm not. But sometimes my stressed activities include a lot of baking or cooking because I don't know what else to do with my time but sit and listen to the news. And you can only listen to the news for so long, and then it starts to drive you batty. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with my pie crust because I'm going to make three batches of pie crust, which makes one recipe makes 2 crusts. So I'm going to have 6 crusts because even if I don't make all apple, I do have frozen blueberries from last season in my freezer, and I want to make a blueberry pie. My grandson says he loves blueberry pie, so I've been wanting to make it for him for the longest time, and I just haven't had the opportunity to do so. So I went to the store and I got some cheap aluminum pans because it's the perfect thing to put these pies in, and then I pop them in my freezer and I flash freeze them, and then I take them out and I vacuum seal them in my vacuum sealer, mark it, and then I put it in my freezer for any time that I want a fresh apple pie. I just pull it out of the freezer, I cover the edges with foil, I pop it in the oven at 400 for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I knock it down to 350 for the remainder of the time, which normally takes an hour, but it can take up to an hour and a half depending on how fast your pie is cooking. And I go by look of my pie more than I go by time. So I'm going to get started here with my pie crust. So hold on just a minute. I'm going to get all my stuff out for my pie crust. I'll be right back. Okay, so the way I have my camera set up, you're not going to see me measuring my stuff out because I had to use a different phone stand, clamp it to my table, so it's a little bit different. My other one that I got, it has the gooseneck that I absolutely love. My phone is too heavy because it's one of those Z folds phones that opens up, and it's too heavy, so therefore it makes the gooseneck fall, and it makes the whole stand fall over unless I tape it down to my table. Well, I'm not doing that today. All right, so I need a 1 cup measuring cup. This perfect pie crust comes from Ina Garten. This is the one I always use because I absolutely love it. It's the easiest pie crust recipe, and it's pretty much foolproof. The only thing I got to do is make some ice water. Oh no, I got ice water in the fridge here. I've got cold water in the fridge. I can use that. So this pie crust recipe, and I also have this on my channel as well, is 3 cups of flour, 3 cups of flour, 3 cups of flour. And I'm going to make this 3 times. I'm going to do this 3 times. You might not see me do it 3 times. 1 tablespoon of sugar. I don't know where my measuring spoons went. I have lost my measuring spoons. I'm going to do a heaping, like tablespoon. A teaspoon of salt. I guess I'll have to purchase myself some new measuring spoons because I honestly don't know where it went. Teaspoon of salt. I just don't know where it went. And then it's 1/3 cup of Crisco that needs to be either frozen or very, very cold. I did not do that. So I'm just going to measure it straight out of the can. And it's 1/3 cup of Crisco. Let me wipe this out. It's got some flour in it. Last time I did something with it. I've done it this way before without the Crisco being cold, and it worked just fine. My mother-in-law makes her pie crust with Crisco, and she doesn't have it cold or frozen. I think Ina does that so it just breaks up really nicely, and because you want, what you want in your pie crust is you want those little chunks or little flecks of butter in your crusts, because that's what expands with the heat and makes your pie crust flaky, according to the experts. So I'm using butter flavor Crisco, and I have regular Crisco here because I won't have enough of that. And then 1½ sticks of very cold butter, which I have had it in the refrigerator. So I'm just gonna, now I've seen a hack on doing the butter. You can take your grater, you know, like your cheese grater, and you can grate it straight into your flour. That works pretty well, but I just cut it in chunks. You know, I just cut it in pats and throw that in there. Sometimes I cube it, but I'm not in the mood to cube my cold butter. So I'm just gonna throw it in there in pats. You know, like a pat of butter, you know, easy. And I need 1½ sticks. I don't use my homemade butter when I bake because it's expensive to make homemade butter anymore. And so I just tend to buy store-bought butter for my baking projects. Cream has gotten extremely expensive at the farm, at the dairy farm. Up there, it's $9 a half a gallon. And when I went to Detweiler's, they also carry that farm milk. It was $10.50 a half a gallon with a $1 off coupon, because they're going to have to throw it away because it was going out of date, which is a shame. I'm sure the dairy farm has to throw it out too, because I don't know who is going to spend $9 on a half a gallon of cream. All right, so now I'm going to pulse this and get it all broke up, I think. This thing is stuck. What's going on here? Why isn't that going in? I seem to have troubles lately anymore. I don't know why. Why is that stuck? I don't know why it's stuck there. It's not going on. It's got to go on to work. All right, hold on. I got to figure this out. Okay, I got it. I had to take the lid off. I don't know. Maybe the lid was on. I don't know what happens to this thing sometimes. All right, I'm going to pulse this. Sometimes it's just easier to start out pulsing and then just kind of watch it. Because what you want your flour and your butter to do is you want it to get like coarse flour, coarse meal, if you will, like cornmeal. Right, that looks pretty good. Little pea-size bits is what you want, if you can. Or like coarse sand, I guess would be the correct terminology. All right, now you're going to add a 1/2 cup of ice water. So I just got some cold water from the fridge. I'm going to measure out a 1/2 cup. If I don't have cold water right out of the fridge, I take a measuring cup and I put ice in it, and then I fill it with water and I let it get really cold. Now you're going to turn this on low and you're going to pour in your water. You're going to let it mix until it balls up like that, and then your dough is complete. That's it. That's all there is to it. Simple. I know you've heard me say this before. I tend to play with my dough way too much. Therefore, it makes a tough dough, not flaky. This recipe works perfect for me because it mixes until it's done. And then I just take it out and I'm going to wrap it in some parchment. So I'm going to be using it pretty soon. I'll let it, I decided to make my dough first. I decided it would be good to make the dough first, let it rest in the fridge for 1/2 hour or so like it's supposed to. I never tend to do that either because I always decide at the last minute that I'm going to make pie, and therefore I don't ever take the time to let it rest like you're supposed to do. Just going to get all this dough off of here. See, that makes a nice big pile of dough. That makes a nice ball of dough for 2 pies. Two crust pies, or or 4 1 crust pies. All right, there's one. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, let it sit. I'm going to do that 2 more times, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, this is my 3rd batch. This one had just a touch too much water, just a smidge too much, because it didn't ball up like it's supposed to. Just a tad stickier than it should be. But that's okay. It'll still work. I just got to figure out how to get it out of my my food processor. There we go. Get it out of there. So try to stick to your half a cup. I mean, I just put 2 drops too much, and then that's what you got. So you got to be careful with the water. You want it exact, a half a cup exact, so it balls up nicely like it's supposed to. This dough also freezes very well. So if you're feeling ambitious and you want to just make a bunch of pie crust like this, you can make it. You can roll it and put it in, wrap it in parchment paper, and then freeze it in a Ziploc bag or a vacuum seal bag. Pop it in your freezer. When you think you want a pie, just pull it out, let it thaw, and then it's ready for you to roll out when you want it. Great idea for, bake ahead things. So yeah, it's kind of sticky. It's not horrible sticky. It comes right off my fingers. It's not like it's sticking to my hand really bad. It's just a little bit stickier than what I would have wanted. It should be okay. Just make sure when you go to roll it out that I dust my board very well. My husband's been outside. I went to the store to get flour and bread. The store's just about out of bread. I mean, they had 4 loaves left on the shelf. So I grabbed 2 loaves. I could make my own, but my husband sometimes, he just likes store-bought bread when he wants to make a sandwich. He doesn't always want homemade bread. All right, get that in the freezer or in the fridge. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I got my grandson with me. Come by for a visit, and he wants to make
mini pie blueberry.
Mini blueberry pies, because I told him I wanted to make him a blueberry pie, and he wants to make mini pies. So we're gonna make mini pies from Pioneer Woman.
Yeah, I seen her
mini pies.
I seen her recipes, and I'm gonna roll them. Wait.
All right, so we're gonna get the flour out, and we're gonna make small pies, the hand pies we're gonna do.
I flattened it out.
Yep.
Ooh, is that the dough?
Yep, I made the dough earlier.
Cool. So we can make the mini pie?
Yes, we can make mini pies out of it.
Rolling the dough.
Hold on, I gotta cut it in half first.
Oh.
You can't roll that much. Wait, hold on.
That's good dough. When I rolled it, I got dough on it, and I love it, and I eat it.
This is the sticky one.
Oh.
I made one that was a little bit sticky.
Now to roll it out. When are we gonna roll it out? Where's my seat not closer?
Well, it's kind of hard to do it with the chair in the way. You have to move the chair, Calvin.
Oh.
All right, are we going to roll it out?
Yes. What's in my job? I'm gonna do. Cause I'm the big girl. Why did you do that?
You can't do it and sit down, dear.
Oh.
You're going to stand up and do it.
Uh-oh.
All right, hold on. Let me help a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, let me help.
That tastes like my homemade dough.
Yeah, it's homemade dough. It's the same one.
It tastes like flour, chocolate. It tastes like flour and chocolate.
Flour and chocolate.
Yeah. I like flour.
Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the bottom dough with that.
Yeah.
Oh, we could get 2, I think.
Oh yeah. And then we cut them out to make a mini.
Well, maybe I might have to roll it out a little thinner than that. I was trying not to roll it too thick, but it might, too thin, but it might be too thick.
Can I eat that?
No, you don't eat, eat all the pie dough. Alright, so hold on. We're gonna just go a little thinner. A little bit thinner.
Yep, and now we're going to put them on top of this and then close it. And once that made, wait, we're going to put the blueberries on top of this, and then we're going to, we're going to put on the dough first.
I better cut it out again because I had to roll it just a little thinner. You don't want your dough too thick. Then that just makes it too much pie dough.
It tastes like soap on my hand.
All right, now what we're gonna do is we're going to take the dough. I'm gonna put it on here.
Yes.
And then we gotta get, all right,
Blueberries.
we're gonna leave it there. I gotta go out to the freezer and get the blueberries.
Oh, I thought.
Wipe your feet off, good.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, I thought this was.
No, not a Hunt Seder, the other one. All right, so let me get a bowl.
And then we're gonna put them on top of this.
Get a bowl.
And
We're
they're
gonna measure out.
15.
There we go.
Now time close.
2 heaping cups of fresh or frozen blueberries. I need a clip or something to clip that open. And a 1/4 cup of sugar. All right, so let me get a bowl. Get this out of the way. Where's my other measuring cup?
Feels
Be careful with it. Yeah, it's cold.
Yes, because it's in the freezer.
All right. Cups, right, and a 1/4 cup of sugar.
Wait, this one has the stem.
That one has a stem still?
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
On
okay.
the baby one.
Oh, thank you for getting that out of there. 1/4 cup of sugar. And then, what else?
Sugar looks like ice. I mean, snow.
2 tablespoons of cornstarch.
Hey, you're. Do you want to put some minion sprinkles on this?
No. No.
How do you even get these?
All right, 2 tablespoons of
Where do
cornstarch.
we even get these?
I don't know. I think I got them at Walmart or something. Long time ago for
A week.
cupcakes or a cake I was making for somebody. Now what? 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
We got vanilla. Where are we?
Need a smaller spoon.
I'll see what happens.
Teaspoon of vanilla.
Does it smell like vanilla?
And a pinch of salt.
So that's what it was.
Pinch of salt. All right, now we gotta mix this up.
Mix it up, the potato. We're gonna make other ones with this though, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's enough.
All right, now let's see. We're gonna read the directions here on the recipe. It says preheat your oven to 425. Turn it up to 425.
Cuando para aguanta?
What? All right, in a large bowl, do that. Okay, did that. Let it sit. Roll out 2 discs of dough. And cut out 3 lines of pastry. Yes, gather. Okay, place how much filling.
Why is the sugar?
Carefully pour a 1/4 cup of the blueberries in the center of the. Okay, that might not take that much
I smell
because.
them, and they taste like butter. And they smell like butter.
All right, so we're gonna just do. About that much.
And now we close it. I want to close it.
Okay. Yep. Pinch it down tight.
Now what do we do?
Then after you pinch it down tight, yeah, it's on. And then why?
I was under the impression we're having VLTs.
Now.
Yeah, we're gonna cook. See it ripped just a little bit, but that's okay.
That's cool. This is yummy. This
Yep,
looks-
and then there's one
It
little
looks like
pie.
taco.
Well, I gotta get a knife and kind of trim that off a little bit. We're gonna make a couple pies, Calvin, and then I gotta cook bacon for Grandpa for lunch.
I thought it was
I gotta get a fork and kind of pinch that off.
When these are done, can I test them?
Yeah,
Right.
I need to.
You can put them in a box so they won't fall apart.
Alright.
Put them in the box.
Maybe a little bit too much pie filling in that one. Alright, let's do another one.
That one.
Do a little bit.
Okay. Now we.
Now fold. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, gonna just. Yeah. There you go. That works.
Oh my God! Look at the back! Look at the back! Okay. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. That's what happens sometimes. Trim off the dough. I should have dusted this one. Yeah, I need to dust them with flour. Oh, see, that one didn't work.
Oh.
I didn't dust it with flour. I gotta put the blueberries back in there.
Well, I can still use it.
Uh-oh. Grab that one for me and throw it away. It's no good now.
Where is it?
Over there's the trash by the thing.
Like this?
No, over there by the... Over here. Alright, let me dust this one with flour. And this can go in the trash too, because that's no good now. Alright,
Why'd you
I'm
throw
gonna
that
dust this
dough
thing with
away?
flour.
Now we put some I'm done.
I have to dust it with flour so it doesn't stick. All right, now we're going to roll
But
this
that
out
one
again.
was good.
Huh?
This one was fun.
Uh-huh. That's good.
And when you bake it, is it going to turn out like the picture?
No, it's not going to quite look like that.
Pause that.
Huh?
Pause that.
Okay, we made 4 little hand pies for blueberry, and then we're going to do bacon for BLT. So I'll be back in a little bit.